For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications. Hi friends, welcome to Tech ARK IT YouTube channel. My name is Ravi. In this video session, we are going to see that the Cockpit web console of RHEL 8 new feature, so which is a web interface for remote administration of servers.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
So whenever something like the new administrator has joined the company and he wanted to do something, so most of the times you have to go through a lot of commands for the configuration and editing the configuration and all the stuff. But this web console will give you a basic configuration, so they can do a few things on using this web console itself. So what are those you can do using this web console? Let's see over here. So the Cockpit web console features. So first of all, monitoring the system performance. So most of the times you have to go through whenever the somebody user is said that okay, I'm getting some performance issues, then you have to go to a lot of commands like top commands and the SAR reports and all the stuff and this IO report, all the stuff. Then you have to correlate all of them and make a system performance report. But here straightforwardly in the single window itself you can see that what is the system performance is going on. The next one is you can check and filter the system logs. So what are the errors and warnings and information, all the segregation of the logs over there on the web console itself, and create users, which is most commonly done on the administration part, the creating users, the providing the permissions. But you cannot provide the permissions from over here, but you can simply create the users and give them the access. Okay, changing the network settings, like changing the IP configuration settings and making some bonding, teaming, all the stuff you can do it from this web console itself. Next one is managing services, like starting the services and stopping the services. You don't need to worry, you can single click, you can start and stop the services from here. The next one is sending the diagnostic reports. So this diagnostic report is very important. Something like whenever you have a support or you have a subscription for the support, then they will ask you to send some diagnostic reports, or they will give some scripts, so which is going to be sometimes due to a dependency they may fail, or due to something they may not run properly, run into the issues. But here you can single click, you can get the diagnostic report. So the next one is KDump configuration. The KDump configuration very important. Sometimes whenever the server crashes, it creates some dump, kernel dump, and dump it into the network location where you can analyze those dump, what goes on the server when server went offline or restarted, crashed. Okay, the next one is SC Linux policy management. So this is very important. Something like if you have a PCI compliance, if you want to make server PCI compliance, but here there are two policies which comes on the C Linux policy management, you can make this applicable to the server. The next one is subscription management. So you can subscribe your server to the production or test and development. All this subscription management can be done from the web console. And this is a great feature, is that terminal for CLI. So you don't need to use any softwares like logging into the remote SSH management, all the stuff. From the web console itself you can directly access the terminal and type the commands from there itself. So that's a very easy feature. So whenever you want to manage your server from the remote, like whenever you are not in the office, you wanted to connect to that server, even you don't need to open any VPN, you can simply open that web console port to the remote and you can directly access the server. Next one is manage KVM virtual machines, and you can manage the virtual machines from here itself. And block device management, like you can create VGOs and SCSI targets, or in targets you can connect it from here, and you can use RAID configuration and LVM management from here itself. And software package management, like installing the softwares can be done, but this gives sometimes errors. And renaming the server, like whenever you want to rename your server, you simply just click and type the name, so it renames. And setting the date and time settings, it's very simple. Next one is joining to the Windows Active Directory domain. So this is something like sometimes which is typical on the command line, okay, but here it's straightforward. You just give the domain name and username and password of the Active Directory, it's joined to the domain. So application management, so this application management only works whenever you have subscription to the Red Hat, otherwise it won't work. Okay, next one is the write firewall rules. So this is simple, most of the times they do on the regular Linux servers if the firewall is in on. So this can be done from the web console. So next one is that how you can install this and configure. So install Cockpit is the command. You can just install the Cockpit packages, okay, and systemctl start, and the cockpit.socket is the service name. You have to start it and enable it. Then we have to enable the service from the firewall CMD, so that the Cockpit service to be enabled and reloaded. Then you can go to the HTTPS and server name :1990 is the port name of that web console access. Then you can access the console server. So these many are the packages available for the management right now. This is Cockpit is in still under development, which is not yet completed. So they are going to complete soon. Maybe they are going to add new features over here, but still now these are the packages. You can get it on the RHEL 8 package, okay, Cockpit web service and PCP integration, deployment and developer guide. Next one is the bridge configuration for your network teaming, and session recording. Cockpit session recording is available, and bridge server side components and package management. Next one is the dashboard. Dashboard is the very useful, like whenever you want to configure all the servers at the single dashboard, you can use this feature to configure multiple servers at the same time. Next one is the machines. This is the virtual machine management. Next one is the storage. So you can use the storage management from here. Next one is the system. This is an admin interface package for configuration and troubleshooting a system. So this is about the features. Let's jump into the practical and see how we can install and configure this Cockpit web console. So right now I am into the SSH console of the RHEL 8 machine. So next one is I am just going to install these packages. Install Cockpit is the package name we have to install over here, but here I am just going to install all the Cockpit packages because I am going to show you a demonstration on the all the required steps. So which installs all the Cockpit packages and its dependencies, so which are required for our web console, and all this package management and storage management, virtual system management, all this dashboard as well, also it will install over that. So let's see this. The package may take little time, so I'm just pausing the video for until this package is going to be installed. So the package installation is completed. Now let's enable the service. Enable cockpit.socket and start cockpit.socket, or cockpit would be enough. Now let's see the status, what it says. Yes, it's running. Now go to the web console and access this Cockpit from there. So from here I'm just going to access my web console, so which may ask you to confirm the SSL certificate. So here you can log in with any of your user which are already created. So I am just using the root, but do not use Red Hat like this root access to log into the web console, because whenever you click something over here, which will be affected immediately on the system. So that's why I do not recommend to log in as a root, but as a demonstration I'm just going to log in as a root and show you. So this is the first interface over here. You can see that. So what is the CPU utilization, how many cores you have, and what is the swap and memory utilization over here, and disk IO utilization over here, network traffic. So this is the called as a single interface monitoring. So how your server is performing. So and what is the hardware you have. So this is I've just installed this VM on the VMware platform, so that's why it shows VMware and virtual machine. And you can see this operating system is Red Hat 8.0. so the release it has shown over here, and the host name is this one. And if you want to join this server as a domain, you can simply click over here and say just simply username and password and OU domain address, that's it. So it's going to join it. So from here itself console, if you want to change this date and time settings, you can simply change from here, a single click. And if you want to restart your server or shut down your server, you can do it from here as well. So whenever you are in root user, be careful, because whenever you click just shut down, it's just shut down the machine. So that's what it is. And performance, so how on the virtual profile, how it is get set for the virtual guest. And store metrics, if we say enable, so the store metrics will come over here. The next one is logs on the console. So you can see this. So the log can be filtered using the date and time from here. So current boot, recent logs, and last 24 hours or last 7 days, you can just filter these logs. And from here also, if you want to see a log category, like everything, if you want to see or only emergency or only error and ABO, you can see this. Or if you want to see only emergency logs, so you can also see this emergency logs. Or if you want to see everything, you can see everything from here. So this is very useful for whenever you wanted to look at up the log categorized. Okay, if you want to see a debug and ABO, so that can be done from here itself. So that's the easy way to you can do a log filtering from here. And the next one is the storage management. So this storage management is like simple. So if you want to configure some RAID devices, you can click over here. Or if you want to add some RAID, so this is the already configured LVM partition. So you can see this over here. You can grow and sync the partition, but which is not accepted. I can simply create the LVM snapshot from here itself. Or if you want to deactivate the volume or activate the volume, you can do it from here itself. And you can see the file system mounting and unmounting options. The next one is swap partition. You can see this. So you can sync and grow, create the snapshot, deactivate. So this is the storage management, and you can go back and see iSCSI targets. If you want to add the iSCSI initiator from here itself, you don't need to bother about the you can just give the storage connecting name and username and password. You just connect to the iSCSI. So if you have the RAID devices, you can also configure the RAID. So what are the RAID levels? If you want to select it, just select it, and that's it. Attach the disks, and RAID can be configured from here itself. So that's the storage management. And you can also see this what is the read and write performance over here, and what is the file system usage and this screen itself. And network management, in the network management you can also see that like creating the bond. So if you want to create the bond, so they have already given this simple configuration steps, so where you can select your bonding, like active backup or whatever the type which one you want to configure your bonding, and which is the primary one, which is the backup one, and link monitoring capability and interval configuration. All the stuff you can single screen. You just select it and name it the bond and click apply. The bond will be created. So and next one is the teaming. So the team can be also simple, very simple, just like few clicks. The next one is bridge connection. So creating the bridging also would be very easy, and adding the VLAN. So the VLAN also would be simple. So that's what the network management says, and you can also say like configuration, like monitoring can be done by interval of 5 minutes or 6 hours, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week. So it can, if you select 6 hours, last 6 hours data will be shown over here. If you select 1 hour, 1 hour, and if you select 5 minutes, 5 minutes data will be shown over here. So here there is some firewall. So if you can click on the firewall, so here you can see that the firewall is on and cockpit port is enabled over here, and the DHCP client is enabled and HSH is enabled. If you want to add some services, you can simply click on services and which service you want to add. Examples, say I want to add DNS. So here I want to add the DNS service. That simple it is. The firewall rule has been created for the DNS. So you can switch off the firewall or switch on the firewall. So the next one is virtual machines. So the virtual machines can be configured from here. If you want to create some VM, you can also do that VM creation from here itself, and you can manage those virtual machines from here. So the next one is accounts. So creating the user accounts would be very easy, and managing some user level permissions would be also easy from here. So example, say I want to create some user called let's say Kumar. So my username is Kumar, and password is something, but here the password complexity is enabled, so that's why it may not create. So we have to provide a strong password, otherwise it won't accept. See this. Okay, like this you have to give some strong password. Okay, this is the password. So now user Kumar got created. You can log in with this Kumar account. If you want to say here, example, say Kumar, that's the account. You can simple. So that's what the user account says. So if you want to change some parameters of the user account, you can still do that from here, but which is not that much powerful over here. On the user management, there is no group management here, so because there is no group adding, removing, all the stuff. So but still it is in version 1, so they may increase few features later point of time. So services, you can see this some of the services like which are active, inactive, all the stuffs. You can do all these things from here itself. Like if you want to start, stop, okay, example, say that the Bluetooth service is died. If you want to start it, you can simply click on start, the service will start. So if you want to see something, anything, example, say video volume services which is active, if you want to stop it, you can simply say stop. So the service is inactive and died, stopped. Okay, if you want to start, you can simply click start, the service will be started. So that's easy it is. And sockets, timers, paths, all things you can configure from here itself, like which are already installed. You can start and stop, activate, disable it, enable it, all the stuff you can do it. The session recordings, so this is a session recordings for like whenever you are connected to your cockpit session. So you can simply do a configuration recordings of these sessions, like whenever you connect to the bash shell, and the sessions will be recorded over here. So that you can do over here. Next one is the applications. This applications management will become whenever you install these applications, all the packages, otherwise it won't see, you cannot see anything. Example, say that image builder. So if you want to do some image building, but this won't not work properly whenever you do not have any subscription management over here. So like it does not work properly sometimes, because you have to have the subscription for this. Like you have to have your machine is registered with Red Hat, then only it works properly. The next one is diagnostic report. This is very easy and very simple. You can simply say create report, that's it. It generates the reports and you can download that report into the tar file and you can extract it and you can analyze the system performance. Next one is the kernel dump. So this kernel dump can be very easy, but whenever you say test configuration, it simply crash your machine and dump that kdump into the configuration into the var cache disk. So do not test this configuration on the any of the production or development environment, because this is going to crash your machine and test it the kdump feature. The next one is SE Linux. So the SE Linux feature controls, but this is not as simple as shown over here. It is very complicated, but simply they have given some features to see this solutions from straightforwardly from here itself. Some commands they can given, so you can see this the solution like this. So they give some suggestions from here. You can simply execute this command that can be done, but this should be improved. The SE Linux is very complicated and it has very much elaborated features on SE Linux. So hopefully it comes in next version. The software updates. So whenever you have the system is registered with the RHEL or the satellite server, any server which are package management can be done from here itself, so that it can check for the new updates or package updates, and if any vulnerable packages are there, you can update from here itself using this registered system facility. And subscriptions, so I do not have any subscription for this one, so that's what it does not show any products which are subscribed. So this is the great feature. So from terminal you can do anything. So this is what the stuff from remotely you can do without installing any software. You can simply connect to the terminal and do stuff. Okay, the next one is here the dashboard. This feature very useful whenever you have a multiple servers, you wanted to connect all the servers on a single platform or the single interface. You can do monitor from here itself. Let's say place at the server and provide the remote server IP address, and that server should be installed with the Cockpit, then only it can join to this. Okay, example, I'm just giving the same server itself, but it may not try to connect. Say this. So the same server I just connected twice. You can go ahead and see this, the remote. You can switch in between the servers. This is the very useful, like when you have the multiple systems, you can simply connect all of the systems and you can monitor the all of the systems in a single go. That's the feature of this one. See this. The next one is image builder. So this image builder is a very useful tool where you can customize your images and push it to the machines, but this is not available over here because I do not have any subscription for that. So this is about the Cockpit, a new feature of RHEL 8. Like in similarly I look comparatively the webmin. So webmin also is similar to this one, but which is directly integrated. The Cockpit is directly integrated into the system. The webmin you have to install an extra package and install all other supportable packages so to manage the server console. So that's about it guys about the Cockpit. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos and courses. Look on the description below, there is a link for the playlist of the RHEL 8 new features course content. You can click on that link to go with that playlist and see remaining videos on this upgrade to RHEL 8 course. Thanks for watching. Please follow us on social networking sites. If you have any technical related questions, you can ask.